2E0XVX, welcome to a tour of my shack. First of all, I keep it roughly around about 18 degrees in here. I've got an isolation switch so I can kill everything in the shack. A bit of stuff there that says what it says. Yeah, the big one. Got my map on the wall, call sign map. Then over on the bench I've got the Heil microphone for the HF rig. Got the twin monitor up on there, and then I've got my Heil headset. I've got my power supply for that. It's the Icon PS26. Got the speaker 9700, a discriminator which is GPS fed, and then I've got the 7610 with the power supply and the speaker, and an MFJ 993 antenna tuner with a discriminator. Both of those discriminators give the radio a very accurate clock sync of 10 megahertz, because the onboard temperature controlled oscillators, particularly on this one, can drift a bit. I've got the microphone switch, and I've got the Heil foot switch to key up the radios. So that's the bench on the radio side of things. I've got the Morse key there, and I've got the shuttle jog wheel for that, so I don't have to touch the radio. I've got the display for the 7610. A few little projects I built just down there. Another power supply around there. And a few more projects. Spares down in here and down in here. That's where I keep all my spares. And then I've got a whiteboard for putting a few bits and pieces on. I run a whisper beacon and it's doing quite well at the moment. That was on 30 meters. So that's permanently running in the garden on a 10 metre fiberglass pole, so that's doing really well. Got my licenses up on the wall with the Icon clock. And then over on the workbench side, we've got, let's just move that radio. I've got a monitor and a computer there, so if I want to do any work while I'm on the workbench, I can just look up at that. Got my nice lamp, workbench lamp, and spectrum analyzer, fully open, it's got all the options on it. It's got reflection bridge, oscilloscope, got 3 output power supply, signal generator, multimeter, another power supply. Got my tools, well, a soldering iron, and a few bits and pieces over the back there. I've got a little radio there, so if I'm on the workbench I can talk to somebody while I'm working away. Some bits and pieces, tools, and I've got my bench this side, and that side that's got all my tools and bits and pieces in. Go in that one. We don't look in that one. Got loads of handy talkies, gets me any tone. And then up on here I've got my Icon 7300 with the desk mic up on the side there. It's just for going out doing portable. And I've got my All-Star micro node, that's my spare one. And then I've got my MCHF clone, it's an RS918, which I've 3D printed some bars on it to go along with the 7300, and I've made a stand as well to mount it back so it goes up at, say, like 45 degrees. Got a few pies, books and pieces. There's Retro Pie, that's a little hotspot I've made. That's a full duplex MMDVM which I put in a box. Made another one without the bits on the side, and a few more projects I've made, plus my CB that's got to go in at some point. and some other bits and pieces. I've made a full-blown repeater there, digital repeater, and a high-powered gateway as well. I don't know, if I don't get an NOV, I might apply for a digital one and run it on, say, like Fusion on a simplex. So anyway, we'll see on that. And I've got my license on there. So this is the shack. I've got my seats in the shack. That's the workbench side one, and then I've got the radio one there. So yes, that's the shack. Now if we go through the magic door, we come into my garage, which it's got my test tools on. It's got my pillar drill, grinder. That is what I would like to put on the air. That's a VHF gateway, which I would love to be able to get that up and running. Got it all ready, made. That's the NOV that I've actually got. They've got a cooling fan underneath on both of them with a temperature sensor board that I've built, and they go off at certain times at night and then switch back on again. And when the radio gets to a certain temperature, the cooling fan underneath kicks in. And I've got a Discord server running there, and then over here I've got my full rack server that's running with 28 terabytes, and there's about 30 people who've got access to that. So that's it. And then I run down here a UPS, so this controls everything in the shack. If the power goes off, keeps it going, particularly the server, and that's my All-Star server running. So that connects all my All-Star boxes up, and I've got a couple of G7 RPG nodes under here, just running, pairing away. Yeah, so that is the shack anyway, and the workshop. So I'll try and keep things nice and neat and tidy. And that is the 7-minute 30-second tour of the shack. 7 3s, bye bye.